Michael, you and I had a scintillating conversation 5 or 6 days ago about the nominal nature of the American economy. This kind of inflation, if we see it over 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, what does it say about the combination of real GDP and inflation?
Hi, Tom. Yeah, I think, these numbers obviously are too hot. This is a bit of a shock to the upside. But I'd actually go to the point that, that Jonathan just made, where the peak, which looks like it is in now on a year-over-year basis, is potentially a lot less important than where these numbers settle or where the plateau is. And if we have really rapid nominal GDP aggregate demand, even if these year-over-year numbers were to come down by half, right, and we settle around 4% or just above that by the end of the year, and it looks like that's the plateau, that's still a major problem for this bond market, a major problem for this Federal Reserve, and as we're seeing, a major problem for the valuations that support the S&P 500. They are going down, and they are going down because long-term interest rates have been going up.
Mike, does that landing strip for a soft landing just get that little bit narrower with this number?
Yes, I think it does. The Fed has its work cut out for it. It does need to slow aggregate demand. And typically, starting from behind the curve, the success rate isn't very high. So usually what happens is central banks start off too slow when they're behind the curve. That's the definition of being behind the curve. And then eventually they apply too much braking force later on. And that's, typically when you're in a bust part of the cycle. So I don't think that part plays out this year. But they've missed the boat a bit here. I think it's pretty obvious now. They really should have gotten the tightening process going last year. And then even, with that press conference last week, Powell seemingly, explicitly ruling out greater than 50 basis point moves. I mean, why rule anything out in the early innings? Step away from the forward guidance and, take it meeting by meeting. So I think the message was a bit bungled and confused as well, and that is not helpful in this environment.